Hello, my name is Jeremy Nathan Marks, and I'm going to read 5 poems from my new collection, Flint River, published by Alien Buddha Press. As you can see, I've provided some visual images to accompany my reading. I created these images using a generative AI chatbot. And I did this in the spirit of accessibility and inclusion. I recognize that everyone interprets what they see and hear in different ways, and I felt that by using this imagery, I would not only be able to convey part of my imaginative process, but also this might provide an additional means of engagement for those who either listen to or watch or both my video. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy my reading. Flint River, Chassis River. I sighted a shark fin that turned out to be a Cadillac. We use you for rust removal in our body shop. I drive in Olds with no seatbelts, made right here beneath sneakers strung along telephone wires. There are aqua tabs in my glove box with a potato for the radiator and jumper cables in my trunk. When we were children, we put our feet through the floor and kept our parents' car from skidding into the Flint. The city was a tinderbox auto execs pocketed for use on camping trips to Fire Lake, where they wore gypsy leathers and cursed welfare mothers. Peltier. Ever since a crow built her nest on a perimeter fence, birds are forbidden to dance the ghost dance. She came to Alcatraz and inspired a character Eastwood commercialized on 35 millimeter. Present in the poems of Trudell, she shoulders empire with the Belcourts, Banks, and Means. Read Deloria, whispered like Badlands to Peltier. These men knew what General Jackson knew, that if it wasn't for Crow, New Orleans would have burned to cinders. No ragtag band of rebels would ever have rallied to his epaulettes. They were drawn by the black as pitch of her feathers. But where is Crow now? She's come down with COVID. Ever the symptomatic carrier, isn't corvid the root word of this bug, ailing the jailers? They won't move Leonard to a room with a view because their aim is true. And Crow is just a choff, interloper, Chinese foreigner, Peltier, a wandering Jew. Affairs of State. When Hades ran for governor against a citizen farmer, Persephone came forward and called him her kidnapper. When Athens asked for proof, Persephone pointed to winter. Hades said, yes, it was true. Persephone had lived with him, but it was her curiosity which brought her to the underworld. Then why am I forced to come back 6 months out of every year? Persephone asked. Hades replied that rules are rules. Anyone who tastes our fruit shall remain. Consider 6 months above ground a bargain. Persephone's mother, Demeter, did not know the reasons for her daughter's absence, so she cast her vote for Hades because he was the candidate with experience. Daughters shall not cause their mother's grief, the priests say. Persephone is at fault. She shows no restraint, and the will of the gods is absolute. Persephone insists she never tasted the fruit. That claim comes from my cousin, Ares' son, a known liar. To which Demeter replied, Ares is my nephew, and though I despise him, he has royal ichor. So do I, mother, so do I, Persephone replied. Yes, darling, Demeter agreed, except in matters political, where men are more diabolical, which is why they retain the right to husband the affairs of state. Blowed out your blowhole. It started in the Bowery. With a routine arrest, a cop sparked unrest when he pulled from the gutter a whale called Barnacle. The winos had long since made their peace with the legions of cetaceans who had beached as climate refugees in what the borough president was calling the New Brooklyn. Pulling in Barnacle had the effect of aggravating old debts. The cops had to legions of derelict informants to whom they'd offered payment for services rendered, along with a promise of no molestation. But with this novel solidarity down in the Bowery, what with the whales offering protection against gentrification as their bodies now held the prime real estate by the waterfront, which incidentally drove the cops to target them, a new politics had come to some of the oldest wards in Gotham. Still, the local lingo remained essentially the same. The winos and the whales told the cops to blow it out your blowhole. Hen. A hen is a bird who dies every day. Most people know but her breast. Her feathers could lay like salt over soil, the way wild turkey wings sprinkle the dust. Dogs sweat with their tongues, and bees sip from leaves, but a hen's blood is as red as Mars, whose beak of hunger, whose gizzard of thirst, walks past the moon, pecking at the wrung neck of Earth, a flightless spirit, a font of astronauts. And tycoons who have never seen themselves as hen's kin, her witness falling beyond their ken. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my reading and the visual images accompanying these poems.